Jerry Hill is with us in studio. Is your traveling done now? Work traveling done for the year?
I think all my work travel is done. And I was trying to add it up in my head last night. And I know, and if you factor in that Waco Regional, when I was basically tied up, I wasn't traveling on the road, but for 3 days I wasn't in the office. And I don't remember exactly, but that started May 10th.
Okay.
And so got back on June 14th, and probably at least 2/3 of that I was on the road or in that situation.
That's true.
Just not in the office, tied up with an event.
I hear it. That's funny. That's a lot. That's track, regional track, NCAAs.
The women's golf, the regional here, but then nationals in California, Carlsbad.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty good locations you've been to.
I've been to some pretty good locations. Eugene is beautiful. It is the allergy capital of the world.
Right.
My eyes got like bloodshot.
Really?
Yeah. I tried 2 or 3 different things and just finally got it to calm down. But it's just weird. I mean, you prep for it, you know it's coming, and then
you got a steroid shot before you went, right?
I got a steroid shot the week before, and it helped. But man, and some of it is you start rubbing your eyes too, and that makes it even worse. But it was a great meet. Man, such a great venue there, John.
That's cool. We'll talk about that, highlights of that. We were talking about June 17th, 1994.
Where was I on June 17th?
Do you remember?
I remember seeing the chase or whatever. I'm trying to think of where I would have been 1994. I probably was just at home. But man, all the things that happen I've got to go watch the 30 for 30.
It's really good.
That's amazing that all that happened on the same day. And I do remember watching the chase on TV, and that was dominated TV for however long, you know, I mean, and it was just weird, you know, seeing, and this phenomenal athlete, you know, just almost kind of icon, OJ, and just, you know, what a crushing thing it was. Yeah.
Garrett, I said it was 32 years ago today.
Yes. Garrett
number
32.
32. OJ.
It's all appropriate. Yes.
Walter Abercrombie always wanted number 32.
Yeah, he got 34.
Yeah. Because of OJ, but he switched to 34.
Good for him.
All right. And when smart move. When you and Kevin Washington drove to Fayetteville, what were you driving?
It would be a white Ford Bronco.
Oh, it was a white Ford Bronco.
Oh my gosh!
Did you notice any police cars in your
I don't think we certainly were not involved in any chases. I'll just put that out there. But it was just, we had a chuckle about it, you know. So it was funny, but
that's funny.
No chases involved
with you and Kevin.
Yes.
On the road again.
Yes.
All right, let's wrap up the NCAA's outdoor track and field championships. Some really good performances by Baylor.
John, it was a phenomenal meet just overall. Baylor maybe didn't finish as well as they wanted to, but you know, still wound up with 4 first-team All-America honors, and then another, including the relay, I guess it would have been another 7 second-team All-Americans, and that's 9 through 16. It's not publicized as much, but they are technically second-team All-Americans when you're in that 9 through 16 range. That. So 8 of our 11 entries were either first or second-team All-Americans. So I know they were disappointed, like Tyria Kelly. By the way, yesterday was her birthday. I don't know if you had that on your list. You can add that to your list.
Yeah, I know. I missed that.
Well, because I got a text at some point yesterday, and some of the athletes have my number now.
Yeah.
And she was like, hey, do you know if Baylor Athletics is putting out anything on my birthday? I'm like, that's on me. So
did you get that done?
I did get it done. I got a happy birthday graphic out there.
That's great.
But I know Tyria was a little bit disappointed with how she finished. She was stuck in lane 9 in the 200-meter finals and just, you know, wasn't able to run as well as she has, but she still ran a great time. I mean, it's still like top 10 all time in program history. So she still ran great. It was a phenomenal race. That was one of the records that I was going to mention.
Let me ask you one thing before we move on from that. Why do they do 9 lanes there? I mean, normal track meets and normal tracks are 8.
This happened, and I don't remember how many years ago it started, but tracks for whatever reason changed to 9
Really?
lanes.
So most of them have 9 now?
Yeah.
Huh.
And so what they do a lot of times is they actually start with 2 and go out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, on this one, you use all 9 lanes. Yeah. And this is something that I just don't understand. And I guess it's because of the 9-lane track. And maybe you and I have talked about it before, but only 8 score. And you're taking 9 to the finals.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like I said, it's happened in field events before where, you're in 7th or 8th and they take 9 to the finals. You get 3 more attempts. Desmond Hilliard was the one I mentioned. Mm-hmm. He dropped from 7th to 9th, so he doesn't score. He doesn't get. Yeah. And at that point, I don't even know that they had the second team All-American thing. So he didn't get All-America honors, even though he was in the finals.
Right.
So I still don't understand that concept really. Either. I mean, it should be 8.
You're the track guy. Can you get us an answer?
I'm gonna petition to get it changed with all my power that I have as the track SID at Baylor.
Wield that big sledgehammer, will you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what else performance-wise?
So for us, like I said, it was a disappointing meet, I think, in some ways. Demario Prince made it to the finals in the 110-meter hurdles. And, man, he was running right there with Jacoby Tharp and Kendrick Smallwood in Texas. I mean, they were like, toe-to-toe, neck-to-neck, whatever, over the 8th or 9th hurdle. And then Demario just basically ran through that last hurdle. And it doesn't just barely throw. He didn't clip it. He ran through it. Yeah. And so he fell back. Kendrick, Jacoby won the race. He had set the world record 2 days earlier at 12.75.
What's that like? Is there a buzz that goes through that stadium?
It was unbelievable. Yeah. And like I said, Eugene is one of those places where people recognize, and maybe even before the time flash, they knew. When the time flashed, I was like, there's no way. There's no way he ran that fast.
Right.
I mean, you knew he was pretty far ahead of Demario because Demario was in that heat with him, but I was like, 12.75. No, that doesn't even function in your brain.
Right.
But anyway, him and Smallwood both ran under 13 in the final, which, phenomenal. First time that's ever happened. And then, like I said, Demario stumbling like he did, he fell to 6th at 13.25, which again is still one of the top 10 marks of all time in program history.
Wow.
But he finished as 6th. So I know he was very disappointed. I gave him the opportunity. He chose not to speak after that race, which I totally understand. I did the same thing with Tyraya because I knew she was upset, but she did talk. But yeah, so those were disappointing. Probably the highlight for Baylor's perspective was the pole vault, certainly. Molly Haywood and Tinley Kuhn both making it into the top 8. Molly finishing 5th at her career best, 15-foot 3/4 inch, just off the school record set by Annie Rhodes in 2017. So Molly had a great meet. Tinley had a great meet. Tinley was 8th. So that was where you scored, what was that, 5, 6, like 5 of your 6 points because Tyraya only got 1 for the 200 meters. So that was disappointing. The women had been ranked top 20, top 15 most of the year, and they finished tied for 38. So it was a disappointment. I know they would say that. And then the men just scored the 3 points. The 4x4 relay was the only other one there, and they didn't make it out of the prelims. Ran actually one of their worst times in the last month. But again, they all got there, and that's the thing that Mike focuses on, Coach Ford focuses on is there's not that many people that make it to nationals. Yeah. And all of these made it to nationals. And like I said, 8 of the 11 entries were first or second team All-American. So I think that's what you focus on. Another one that was there that didn't perform up to her capabilities was Logan Todorovich in the heptathlon. She had scored 58.30 at the I think that was at the Big 12 meet when she scored that. That was a school record. and she fell short of that. But again, another top 5 mark all time.
Golly. Wow.
She finished 20th out of 24, and I think she went in with the hopes of being a first-team All-American. So,
Wow.
again, there were some disappointments, but also some really good performances. Yeah.
Gotcha. Very good. So track and field ends.
Yeah.
That ends the school year. I mean,
That
ends the athletic year for Baylor.
Yeah.
So next year we hope baseball's still going.
It's
here.
still going. That's right.
in mid-June.
And it's, I guess, other than the few exceptions, it is usually the ender to the season is the NCAA Outdoor Championships, wherever it is. Usually, a lot of times lately it's been in Eugene, but it is kind of that ender to the season, and you hope to end on a big note. So, ends another athletics season that you and I have got to enjoy together.
Oh, isn't it a great thing?
Isn't that fantastic?
It is. It really is. And I said this the other day. You look at the Baylor, BaylorBears.com.
Yeah.
Top line there. Next event. Soccer, August 12th. That's the next event coming up for Baylor Athletics.
Well, and I look at it as the next event is July 7th, the Big 12 football media day.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yes, the next competition is August 12th.
Yeah.
But you and I, obviously, Big 12 football media days is just around the corner. I mean, literally in a couple of weeks. So, I mean, we just ended, and we're going to start here in a couple of weeks.
It's true.
Yeah.
Grab some vacation while you can. Let's see what else. We've had some coaching changes, additions, not so much head coaches, but a lot of movement, like in soccer on pretty much all of Glenn's staff, except for Megan Diaz.
No, I thought Glenn's was very interesting. I remember, and I'm trying to blank on her name, Jenny
Fuller.
Yes. When she was here, I remember her when she was pitching here. And again, an interesting hire because it's a husband and wife combo. And you see that sometimes, and particularly as like even co-head coaches. And, maybe it's a little bit like that here in waiting. I don't know. But I mean, I think if you're going to replace two people that left, like Britt and like Hoot, I think this was a great hire to bring somebody in like that with so much experience. Another one for me, again, because I watched her play when she was here, was Blair Schenkel.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Coming back as an associate head coach for women's tennis.
She's been several places.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much she had coached. And I think she had been at Rice last, but she had been at SMU. She had been at some other places. So she's been coaching for quite a while. So I think probably it was about time for her to come back. Linka Brusova had been there for a few years, obviously an All-American and great player here. And I can't even think of the guy's name, Dave. I know he was only here for a year, the men's assistant that was with Joey Scrivano. So I think it'll be great having Blair here again, somebody that's Baylor, that knows Baylor and obviously knows that program as well.
That'll be cool. That's good. Great to bring her back.
Yeah.
And then there was one change on the volleyball staff too. Joshua Walker left for a head coaching job at Hawaii. Yeah,
I saw that, and that may have, I don't remember if that happened probably on one of my trips, may have been the Oregon trip. But yeah, he got the Hawaii, and that was great for him. I mean, you're not going to turn down something like that because I believe that's even where he played, right?
It is. Yeah.
So he's going to his alma mater. So, I mean, you can't fault him for that. And he had a big impact here. He's got a very big Team USA, impact there as well. So yeah, good kudos for him. And I know Ryan hired a head coach, a sitting head coach, right, to come in as the associate head coach.
Yes, that's right. From Cal Baptist, maybe. No.
No, that's the
softball signee. Yeah, from Cal
Masters University. Does that ring a bell?
Maybe. Yeah, but he was a head coach.
Yeah, he was sitting head coach. So again, you lose, a great part of your staff, but you bring in someone that, and that was the same way with Jenny. Jenny was a sitting head coach at Northwestern State. So you hate losing anybody, but the ones that they've been able to replace them with, I think all of them have been really good hires.
Yeah, very good. All right. Anything else we need to wrap up?
Good gosh, John, what do we have? It's been fun. It's been a crazy year. I was kind of ready for it to end, and particularly with all that travel and stuff, I was kind of ready for it to end. And I got back Sunday night, and I was just kind of like, I breathed a sigh of relief, like, whoo, made it through that.
Right.
You know, because this was my first year as a track SID, and it was a lot of fun. It's kind of funny because you run in the same circles. You know, you meet people that are real track people. Sean Price was there that's at Arkansas that I knew when he was at A&M. So, and I saw some of the other SIDs and people that had come to our meet. So it was kind of cool seeing a lot of them again. Eli Pittman is at Rice doing video for them. And I ran into him there. I ran into Kenny Lanou. Is that his name?
Kenny Lanou.
Yeah. I ran into him there. He's their sport program administrator for track for K-State. So it was just kind of cool seeing Aaron Tebow was there. I just saw a lot of familiar faces. And so that was kind of, outside the lines, but that was kind of cool seeing all those. Yeah.
All right. Here's final thought for today. And then we'll go into summer mode.
Yeah.
Which I still want you to come in if you're in town.
Absolutely.
So in summer mode. So yesterday was Frank's birthday. He would have been 96 years old yesterday, and Steve was here. Just telling stories, which was great. And I said this at one point. How about at one point Waco had the best broadcaster in the world in Frank Fallon and the best writer in the world in Dave Campbell. You could match those two up with any other market in the country, even big markets, and Waco would have come out very favorably.
And I think you and I can probably appreciate it better than most people because we worked with them. And I did realize that at the time, like that's two of the greatest in their industry that were right here in River City. So and you and I were both blessed to learn under them and train under them. So happy heavenly birthday to Frank Fallon.
Yeah, that's good. That was fun to remember.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good to see you.
Thanks, John.
All right, we'll add Tyria Kelly to today's birthday list. We missed her yesterday.
Yes. Yeah. Can you mention her at the end?
Yeah. No, we got her today.
Will Glasscock is tomorrow. You can save that one for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yes, Will Glasscock is tomorrow.
Gotcha. Mitch's birthday today.
I saw that. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, buddy.
Glad you're in town.
Yeah.
You liven up our hallway when you're here.
That's what I hear. Chad Klimpenauer, who's just back, he said, man, it was like deathly silent.
That's right. Until you came back.
Until I came back, and then it got loud again.
That's good.
Absolutely.